So here's something I just made. Just something to be able to push that valve in so I don't have to sit there and hold it. So right now what we're doing, we've got everything set up, ready to go, and I'm boiling the water for the mash. Now our recipe calls for a mash at 155 for an hour. Now what we're going to do is we're going to heat the water up well past 155. Right now it's sitting at about 165, and I'm going to boil another gallon of water to put into our mash tun, and we're going to cover it and we're going to leave it sit for just a minute and try to get the mash tun to the right temperature. So that way when we go ahead and put our strike water in, it's going to be at just about the right temperature, and it doesn't lose too much heat through the cooler. Okay, our temperature is just about right, so I'm going to pour this first gallon in to the mash tun, and it's sitting about 170. That'd be just good enough. We'll lose about 10-15 degrees. And we're going to close that off. So we can let the contents of this heat up the plastic. That way we don't lose too much heat. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we got about 160 in our mash tun right now, and we got about a gallon in there. We've got 11 pounds of malts. So what we're going to do is put about a quart, maybe a quart and a quarter per pound of malt. So we've got 5 liters in there now, which is a gallon and a liter. So this will be 2 gallons. That's about as much strike water as I need. It's about 3 gallons. Now I'm going to start heating up the water. Or put our water in the kettle here for our Sparge. Okay, so what I want our strike temperature to be about 168, and that's about where it's at. And here we go. Trying to get it all out of there. Oh, it smells so good. So now we're just going to mix it around here. We're going to get this nice and churned up. That way we have a real good mash. We're going to take a quick temperature here. See where we're sitting. Alright, we're sitting right at 155, and that's what we want. So let's go ahead and put our lid on. And we're going to let it sit for an hour. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna sparge. We got everything drained out from the original mash, and we're gonna put this sparge water in at 170 degrees, and then we're going to let it set for about 10 minutes, and we're gonna drain that out. Then it's time for boiling, and we get to put the hops in and do all that good stuff. We'll see you then. What some people do is put in something around the middle, so when you're putting the water in, it doesn't dig down towards the center of the mash tun. Which is something I think I probably should do, but I'm not going to this time because it's a little bit of a pain. And to prevent burns or potential burns, I think I'm going to use some safety equipment. This is about 3.5 gallons, 3 gallons, which is going to make a total of about 5.5 gallons by the time we're done. I'm going to let that sit for about 10 minutes now, and then we're going to drain it out and get going with our brewing. Take one more quick temperature, make sure I got the sparge temperature just right. And one thing I almost forgot to do is stir it up. I'm not 100% sure if that's what I should be doing, is stirring it up again, but I don't think I should, so I just did it a little bit. That way I got half and half done right. Let's go ahead and put this back on there. We've got another about 8 minutes to go. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and drain the sparge water out. And again, I'm going to drain just a little bit out so we get it to run nice and clear. Basically what we did during mashing is we changed the starches to sugar. And sugar, as we all know, can be very sticky and a pain to clean up. So, let's get this here done. I'm going to go ahead and drain the rest of this water out. And this smells really good. Looks like we're done there, and it is nice and sticky, which means we got some good sugars out of there. And this is about a total of probably 5 gallons So what I'm going to do is put another gallon of Sparge through there. It's not at a whole 170 degrees, but it's going to give me just a little bit more water to work with. Because I may not have put enough in the mash. We'll see how well that works. I'm going to start this boil. It's not going to take too long because it's already at a good temperature. Okay, so this is about a gallon. We're going to add this to it. Because we're going to end up losing a little bit during the boil. Come back to you in about 30 minutes and we're going to go ahead and add some hops. Okay, we're about 30 minutes into the boil, so we're going to add tetning hops. Okay, so we got it in our filter bag. We're going to make a little tie off here. Just like so. And we're going to drop these in. Now you got to watch for it boiling over at this point, because it can. And I like tying it down here on the side. These hops, once they get going, it's going to give it that great beer flavor. Okay, now we're going to take our yeast out. We're going to let it sit. Try to get it to room temperature before we actually pitch it. We're going to stir it up again real quick. And we'll cover it back up. We're just going to let it sit out here. Okay, now we're about the 30 minutes into the boil, into the actual boil, and so we got about maybe 20 some minutes left, and we're going to go ahead and add our aroma hops, which are the Saaz or Saaz, or I'm not really sure how to pronounce them. We're going to add these into our boil. And it's beginning to smell like beer. So let's go ahead and add these in here. And I'm going to tie these off to the side as well. Get it swirling.